Ah, yeah. Oh. Oh. Brothers on standby, Red Seicento to the rescue. Hey! And all thanks to the faithful Red Seicento. Hello you lot, Miller Corner here, and welcome to one of the main reasons why the Super Seicento here is going to be going into storage for the winter. Gone is the sun, gone is the blue sky, gone are the dry roads, and hello to rain, wind and drizzle. Yeah, this is the main reason why the little yellow nugget is going to be going away for this winter and every winter for the foreseeable future, because no longer am I driving around with the windows down with the radio on and banging on the rev limiter on my favourite roads. I'm pootling along just trying not to crash. So there's no point paying all this money and keeping it on the drive hoping I can use it, because the fact of the matter is it just sits for weeks while the weather's crap. And in fact, that's the main reason why my battery was flat at the beginning of this video. Ever since I filmed the driving video, which was 3 weeks ago now, I think, the car hasn't moved. I put it on the driveway when I finished that video, and it's just sat there because the weather has not been on my side. It's not like I haven't wanted to drive it. I've really wanted to drive it, but it's just not been worth doing because it's been like this. Welcome to Britain. It doesn't do batteries the most amount of good to be sitting, and in fact my one was no exception. Thankfully we had, of course, the former temporary daily Red Seicento, now my brother's car, on hand to help out with the jump start. Thanks, bro. And now my car is on the road once again, but only to drive to the workshop for storage. That heater's actually working really well. It's getting warm in here. I am going to miss this thing over the winter. I'm going to miss driving it because I've fallen back in love with this car over the last few months after being so far away from it over lockdown, fixing the Alpha and then not being able to get to it. I fell back in love with this thing and now I've got to put it away again. But that is for the greater good of the car. It's because I love it that I'm putting it away. It seems appropriate that my fuel light's just come on, which means I'm putting this car away with almost no fuel in it, which is probably a good thing because fuel starts to go off after a few months and it gradually clogs the fuel system up, would make more running issues when we then get this car back on the road in the spring. So actually, that's no bad thing. Doesn't matter what weather or what time of the day I drive this car, you always get stuck behind a Nissan Qashqai. Thankfully there's no camera pointing forward, so you don't have to see that hideous monstrosity, but I do. There's no point delaying it. Let's get to the workshop and say goodbye to the little nugget until the spring. Insert joke about pushing Fiats. With the Super Seicento in the excellent company of a Mark IV Panda and a Saab 9.3, the next day my dad fitted this. It's a battery isolator tap that screws onto the negative battery cable before screwing onto the negative battery terminal itself. Unscrewing the tap breaks the circuit and means the battery won't discharge when the car's in storage. Simply tighten it back up and the circuit joins once again to start the car up when needed. This means the car can sit for weeks not moving without requiring jump starts. Result. So there we have it then. Away for the winter, and that'll be my last drive, I suppose, of 2020. But the eagle-eyed amongst you might have noticed something missing from the car that indicates we are going to get right on with making that little nugget more awesome than ever. It's going to be a good few months, I would think probably March or April, before the Super Seicento sees the road again. But as I've said, it is for the greater good of that car, its future, and making it even more awesome. And thankfully, I have got other cars I can use instead. It's kind of sad to see the Super Seicento off the road again, but there is one good bit of news. From one noisy yellow nugget to another.